Hey, welcome. We're here. This is the first episode of Level Up Unlocking Industry Leadership. And I'm here with David Huffaker. David, you and I go way back. I know the story. I know who you are, but tell everybody who you are, what you're all
Yeah,
about.
happy to be here, Bethany. Thanks for letting me be on the first episode. That's exciting. Yeah, so my name's David Huffaker. I run some real estate teams and real estate organizations. And over the years, I've kind of developed to just give agents options, right? Whether that's through a real estate team or that's through our partnership platform, but ultimately giving agents options as far as being more profitable, having more leverage, and buying back some time in their life. Or if that involves succession planning or team restructuring, but we just want to make sure wherever somebody's at on their journey that we can meet them where they're at and provide solutions for them.
I love that. Yeah. And I know I get to be part of those organizations and have learned a lot through that. And a lot goes into it, but your background obviously has kind of set you up for this. Did you just appear at having it all together and being able to help people leverage all their time back? Or tell us what brought you here, maybe? Because I know it's a longer story, but I'd love for everyone else to get the gist of where you came from.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's unique for us is, or for me at least, is that there's not really anything unique about it. It was a consistency over time. I mean, people think that you have arrived or that you've made it, and look back at the 20 plus years that I've been in this industry and all the time that it's taken and all the failures. You just kind of fail until you are only left with one possible solution, and that's the right one. So no, I mean, I worked for a builder for 8 years when I first got into the industry. Made the transition over to general real estate. I kind of failed my way around there for a little bit. I landed back up representing builders in the resale side of the world, which led me to building a real estate team. We quickly grew with the help of some developments, over $100 million in volume with our real estate team, kind of parlayed that into doing some expansion and then ultimately circling back around on how to serve other top performing teams. Just really trying to help the next person in line. Definitely don't have it all figured out, but we find great partners that we like to fell forward with together, and that we kind of have an agreement or win-win partnership where we're all going to go forward and at least make decisions to make each other stronger, right?
Yeah, I love that. And I know through Level 8, which is the sponsor of this series, essentially, we get to talk to a lot of business owners, a lot of realtors, a lot of team owners. What are you hearing as the challenge of today for the business owner?
Yeah, I mean, I think today makes as much sense as it did when I went through 2009, 2010. We saw a very big shift from a speed-based market to a skills-based market. We've had agents that are fortunate enough to have had the resources to where they didn't have to really double down and learn the skills quickly. That being said, we've had a lot of agents get into the business as well that have learned the skills. And so you're starting to see the market very segmented again versus, REOs and short sales, expired, some of the traditional ways that haven't been as popular the last few years. Just really starting to see overall agents go through this cycle, and it's just part of the normal real estate cycle. So I just try to encourage everybody to, number one, just breathe through it, right? Like in order to have ups, you have to have downs. And it's weird because the partners that we have in 2024, most of them had some of their best year ever, if not their best years ever. And so just because the market has its challenges, as an agent, it really doesn't matter. You just have to be willing to go solve those challenges. Whoever's willing to go solve the challenges of the market, whether the market's up, down, or meeting the consumer where they're at, um, you will have success. I do think that that means that you have to be intentional about finding the solutions that solve those problems. And that may be where over the last 2 years, everybody's more trying to wait it out for a return of the market versus just understanding this is where the market is and that we've got to go solve for today's problems, not try to ride away for the return of some mythical market that may or may not ever happen again.
Sure. So you're telling me it's not all magic out here, which sometimes maybe is the myth. When we have looked at who we want to bring on this series and what type of knowledge we want to give back to the business owner, to the realtor, people out there trying to build the businesses that you have, right, or have experienced or been in partnership with, we have found there's a lot of success in really clinging to your superpower. What's your superpower,
Yeah, I
David?
mean, for me personally, I think my superpower is just trying to simplify and logically present a plan. I don't think like there's anything special about it other than we're all very distractible. We're all very just have a lot of things going on, right? Life's busy. There's a great book if you hadn't read it, right? The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, right? And there's just so much going on around us that when we can slow down and really focus on the one or two things that matter, I think we can get great results. Business is about solving problems. So find the problem, create a plan to solve it, execute the plan, evaluate the results, tweak the model, and then go after it again. And I think there's just so much going on around us. If I have any superpower with my clients and for us as an organization, it's trying to bring clarity. Love the words for this year around simplicity, clarity, and never going to change, right? You see it on every bumper sticker, right? Consistency is the key. Do it consistently long enough, you will win.
Yeah, love it. We wanted to put together something as we know that people are trying to solve problems and we can't necessarily always solve it alone. But let's pretend you're speaking to the person who just jumped into the business or is trying to build a team, they're a business owner who's struggling. We want to make sure people have tactical things they're going to take away from this series to be able to go start in their business tomorrow and that you truly believe is going to make a difference. What is that for you? What's that thing that they need to walk away today and start doing in their business?
Yeah, I mean, not everything matters equally, right? Stop trying to figure out how to invent the headlight and try to figure out how to build the car, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in the smaller details that, if I'm a new agent getting into the business, understanding that 75, 80% of your business is going to come from 2 to 3 places max, right? And so getting hyper focused on our database is our business, right? Our family, our friends, the people that we're around in the community. The beauty about shifting markets is the only consistency is your database, right? And so while some markets favor some lead sources over another, every market favors a database. And so if I'm getting into the business, one of the things that I took too long to do was connect with people in my community around real estate, position myself as the economist of choice, as the expert when it comes to pricing and numbers and marketing around real estate specifically. And I didn't do that early on. And so if I were just getting into the business, or if I've been building a business and maybe haven't made the database the heart of it, I would at least start to put some dominoes into play that is going to cause that to build over time, because you're going to look up and it's like wishing you'd have planted a tree, right? I didn't do it, but then I did start doing it, and we've seen our business skyrocket as a result of us just being really human with our communities.
Yeah, I love that. So you heard it first. Go plant the tree today, and you can definitely reap those rewards soon. But David, thank you so much for being on here for our first episode. Like I said, David and I get to work together, so I get to know him, and now hopefully all of you do too. If you want to get connected with either of us, you can actually visit our website at www.level8platform.com. And we're going to go ahead and keep rolling out this series. So make sure you subscribe and like, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Later.
Thanks, David.